Hello, my name is Matthew Bowser, and in today's podcast episode, I will be talking and analyzing about the Grassroots Journal article, What Do Video Games Have in Common with Writing by Andrew Taylor. As someone who's played video games like my entire life, I have found this article to make complete sense to me. I played video games since I was dang near 7 years old, and this article just put it into perspective very well for me. In the article, Taylor does explain that learning to play video games is a lot like learning how to write. Kind of with, he references the controller, being able to mind muscle connection with the buttons and the connection with that. Everything at the beginning starts to feel super confusing, but the more you tend to work on it and the more that you put yourself in that situation and level up, the better you are naturally. His example of this is when his wife tried to play a video game that he has always played and just couldn't get it down because she just kept messing up and thinking about where to press the button. Whereas he, who had played the game for years, didn't even have to think about where the buttons were, and his mind just connected into the game. That story also made complete sense to me because I've seen that happen so many times as someone who's been gaming since a little kid. I'd ask my dad to play, for example, and I would just crush him, and I just didn't understand why he just wasn't as good or didn't have that connection. This makes total sense to me because that's how my brain's wired. My brain knows exactly what button I need to press for the action I need in the game. And this is exactly how Taylor says that students are taught in high schools. They're taught how to write long essays, and then when it's time to write something that's more professional, like a letter, they end up using long paragraphs and just essay style habits that just aren't pertained to that certain subject. This connects perfectly to chat because chat is really focused on context, audience, and purpose. In gaming terms, every game has different rules, mechanics, goals, maps, worlds, whereas you don't play the strategy game the same way you play a racing game. And that kind of goes hand in hand with you don't write a professional letter or an email the same way you do a essay. As a finance major here at Illinois State, this really kind of hit me because in my future in finance, I'm going to be doing presentations, investment analysis, emails to clients, and no one really cares to see a 5 paragraph essay from me. In this space, they really care about professionalism, clarity, how well I can get the point across the table that makes the most sense to my audience. If I only practice one kind of writing now, that limits me tremendously. I'm basically showing up for the game without knowing the controls. Taylor gives some really good advice. He says that you should really look at your audience and get some knowledge on the genre before you go out and just present something. And that's honestly the same way as looking at the rules and the requirements and what you need to beat a game before you actually start playing it. And this made me really think back to when I interviewed my dad, who is the director of finance at OSF, when he was talking about getting to know your audience before actually presenting it to them and just really knowing what the who the people that you are presenting to are and what pertains to them. Overall, I really did like this article. It covers how writing isn't supposed to be just robotic and it isn't just talent, but it's also practice. Just like in gaming, you're going to get better and better at the game the more you practice, and it's not just about the talent that you have. And if we start learning different writing styles now, we'll be way more prepared for our future.